Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for joining me once again for another book review. We are going to jump right on into this one. This book is called The Black Candle Woman by Diane Marie Brown. This is the absolutely beautiful cover of this book. I love the women. I love the colors. Just a beautiful work of art. Just a beautiful work of art there. So let's go ahead and get right on into this. So this family originated from Louisiana and moved to California. Before moving to California, Augusta left her family's home when she was a teenager and began living with a woman named Bellanova. Bellanova was a local voodoo woman that owned a shop. Bellanova told Augusta that she had a gift and was a descendant of Lenore. Bellanova said she would teach Augusta the ways of her ancestors. This is the beginning of secrets, curses, and lies for this family. Augusta is the grandmother to Victoria and Willow and great-grandmother to Nikki. Augusta had a stroke and is non-verbal during this phase of her life in this book. She communicates through an iPad pretty much. Augusta knows she has to come clean about her past or more chaos will ensue for her family. Willow is the aunt to Nikki, sister to Victoria. Willow is Victoria's assistant and might as well say she's the nanny and the housekeeper. Basically, Willow does all the things Victoria is too busy to handle. Okay, and Willow has contributed on the home front and in Victoria's business. Willow has been assisting clients with some additional voodoo therapy. She feels unappreciated in this family equation, especially from Victoria. Willow has only loved one man thus far in her life. You won't believe who it is. Hmm. Willow is contemplating on if she could really have a relationship and happiness when January comes along. And January is actually a man, not the month. Willow has secrets she has been holding on to and fears that if they are known, her family won't understand or forgive her. Now there is Madeline, and she is the mother of Willow and Victoria, and daughter to Augusta and grandmother to Nikki. She has been estranged from the family due to her drug habit. Madeline has gotten clean again and wants to reunite with her loved ones. Madeline appears on the doorstep and Victoria is not here for it, while everyone else is welcoming. It is decided that Madeline would stay for 2 weeks, which is longer than Madeline even could think that they would allow her to stay. And then she was supposed to be on her way. Madeline makes herself useful during this time in the home and often provides comedic relief to this story. Victoria is the mother of Nikki. Victoria is a therapist and is very controlling. Victoria has a dictatorship attitude towards the family members. She justifies her behaviors as she is trying to protect her family. It would be one thing if she only did that to her daughter, Nikki, but she treats Willow as if she is a child as well. Victoria tries to hold on to her tight reins on everyone, but knows that those reins are slowly slipping away. She has procrastinated on revealing key information to Nikki. Victoria's plotting and planning blows up in her face, and she has to come to grips with her current reality. Now, Nikki is a teenager during this story and has a coming of age storyline Nikki doesn't have any friends, but has recently become acquainted with a male peer named Felix. Nikki likes Felix and wants these feelings to be reciprocated. She comes across a book of spells and has questions and knows her family is keeping secrets. Nikki is keeping secrets of her own. Nikki is at a stage where she has to determine the direction of her future and make moves to take control. While in the midst of reading this book, I found out that a TV series is in the works for it. Okay, so yes. The executive producer and writer is listed as Carla Banks Water for at Universal TV. I would be interested in watching this to see if they stay true to the book storyline or if they, throw in some extra plot twists. I wonder if this will be a limited series because at this rate, there isn't another book. I haven't heard anything about who will be playing the characters, but that will be interesting to see. I do not, I don't have any suggestions on who the characters should be. When reading it, there was no actors or actresses that just kind of jumped out and said, "Oh yeah, they should play this part if it ever went uh, to movie or TV." Uh, Sci-fi though, I was talking to some associates of mine because I commented that nowadays these limited series are just movies that were too long and they didn't want to just top half the story off. So they turned it into this limited series. So this long movie could be broken up into more digestible segments, just slapped on limited time. So some of these limited series, no intention of the story continuing. It's just like, oh man, it was a really good movie, but it was way too long, so we're gonna chop it up into segments and call it a limited series. Because after about hour 45 minutes, it's kind of like, okay, people gonna have to get up, bathroom break. No one's gonna sit for a 4-hour movie because they're not. What do? Chop it up and call it a limited series. Which I am fine with. I'm fine with it. Just tell us that this isn't going to go any further. Don't like try to take us out like, oh, it's a limited series and a possibility of, more segments to come. Maybe, maybe not. We don't know. So we get invested in this story and characters, and then there may or may not be more. Tell us that there won't be any more. Just have that in the fine print. There will be no continuation of story. This is it. Yeah, that was my little sidebar. Okay? So this story shows that lies and secrets, no matter the intention, can have ripple effects for generations to come. And these lies and secrets can hold a person and family in bondage to negative false reality. The family of women believed that any man they fell in love with and wanted a committed relationship with would die due to a curse put on the family 2 generations ago. Could you imagine? Their behavior and actions, especially Victoria's, was to shield not only themselves but the men from impending doom and death. The ability for these women to experience and live a full life with the love of a man was stunted because of this curse. The story navigates how these ladies come to the truth about the matter. I did listen to the audiobook, which is a little over 12 hours. The narrator is Kahani Trumpin. I may or may not have pronounced that right. I apologize if I didn't pronounce it right. She did a good job conveying the story. She gave good voice inflections for the dramatic parts of the book. I think she could have made Victoria sound a little more stuck up and bitchy. I think that would have added a little bit more dramatic flair. The genre is drama, which I agree with. There wasn't really enough voodoo-ish behavior to give it a sci-fi rating. The story was PG level. I wonder if they are going to amp up the voodoo-ish part in the TV series. That would be interesting to see how that all plays out. There are discussed questions in the book. I will refer you to those for conversation. I have heard mixed reviews on this book. This book was actually taking off the book club list that I'm in because of those reviews. So I'm in a book club, and this was on the list, and it was taken off. And at the time that it was taken off, I had just started reading it. And I was like, not so bad so far. Like, I mean, what are the bad reviews on it? Like, I don't. Okay, keep reading. Maybe you'll find out. I didn't think it was a bad book. I was like, where the negative reviews come from? I mean, do they want some more voodoo-ish behavior? Do they want something more spooky? Or, like, where are they coming from? And I did not search them out because I did not want them to sway my opinion on this book. I say read it for yourself and decide for yourself. I don't think it should have been taken off the book club list again. I mean, I'm going to tell you my rating in a minute, but this is one reason why I say read it for yourself. One person's opinion is just that, an opinion. And I include myself in that statement. Okay. Um, in these reviews, I am giving you a glimpse of what the book is about and my thoughts on it, which can be different from the next person. Okay. And so that's why I always say pick it up, read it for yourself. You know, when reading a book, it can hit you different if you're at a different time in your life. If you have a different viewpoint on whatever is being talked about. So those things can sometimes change over time. So one book that you might read uh, 3 years apart completely different. When you read it the first time, you felt this way. When you read it again, you felt a different way. Or just like, when you watch this movie or TV show, you watch it one time and it's like, okay. And if you watch it again, you'd be like, wait a minute, you noticed that the first time? So it's this kind of thing. So yes, I do these reviews, I give my opinion, I give my thoughts, I tell you a little bit about the book. But I do want you to kind of pick it up and read it for yourself. And if you feel differently, comment them. Tell me, like, yeah, girl, I didn't feel that way. Or, yeah, no, I didn't like it. I don't know how you liked it, but I didn't like it. I want to know. And that's why I say, put it in the comments. Maybe I can be like, you know what? I didn't think of that. Or, that's a different perspective. Okay. There are two reviews on this book that I agree with. One is from Deshaun Charles Winslow. Hope I said that right. Winner from the Center for Fiction First Novel Prize, saying a compassionate novel about motherhood, sisterhood, independence, and the reflection and forgiveness required to break generational curses. I totally agree with that assessment. And the second is from author Clavis Naturius. And they wrote a bold and tender story about three generations of women, each attempting to find their way amidst the gifts and curses they've inherited. I can so, with that being said, I enjoyed the book and am waiting with anticipation for what they do with the TV series, limited series, or however they're going to categorize this. At any rate, I gave the book a 9 out of 10. I liked it. So I think it was a nice book. It had a nice pace. I liked the storyline. I liked how everything evolved. It was a nice, well-rounded story. If you haven't read it, go get it, read it, tell me what your thoughts are. If you have already read the book, comment your thoughts as well. Let's see who agrees with this being a good book and who doesn't agree that it's a good book. Let's see. Let's see. So if you read it, tell me what you rate it. If you haven't read it, go read it and tell me what you rate it. Let's have a rating war on this book. Hmm. So that's it for this time. Thank you so much for tuning in. Go ahead and click your likes, shares, subscribe. Obviously, comment. Stay tuned for more reviews to come. And as always, until next time, keep turning the paper.